Hello, thank you for tuning in. Today you're going to need two blocks, a strap, and a blanket or a towel. And if you don't have blocks, you can use heavy books. If you don't have a strap, you can use a belt or a scarf. And first, start off making a loop with your strap or whatever you have, and make sure it's small enough so that you can fit your foot inside it, but also have a grip with your hands. And you'll want to maybe be able to adjust it. So there you go with the strap. Once you're finished with that, just set it up at the top of your space and we'll get to it later in class. And then to start, we'll be on our backs. And if you have wall space, make your way over to the wall. I unfortunately don't have that option with filming, so I'm going to use a block instead as my wall, and you can also do that as well. But you're going to set your block up, one of your blocks up at the front of your space, highest height. And we're going to start with the left foot being straight, or the left leg. So you're going to set the block up so that your left foot is planted against the edge of the block. And then you're going to lower yourself down onto your blanket and have the other block in reach as you lower down. All right. And then you're going to hug your right knee in towards your chest and start to make circles with the right knee, and clasp your hands around the right shin and really move your knee in all directions without releasing the clasp of your hands. And then again, your left foot is at the wall to encourage you to stay active in the left leg. So it's going to require you to flex your left foot, press the heel into the wall or into that block, and you should feel the black line of your left leg start to fire up. Switch directions of your right knee. And the block or the wall is there for a reminder of how it would feel to stand on your left leg, staying engaged, lifting the top of the kneecap, all that stuff. Okay, now hug your right knee in towards your chest and take 3 deep belly breaths. On the inhale, let your belly rise into your right thigh. And exhale, bring your knee closer to your chest. 2 more rounds of breath like that. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more. Inhale, belly lifts into right thigh. And exhale, knee comes closer to your chest. Great, now lengthen the right leg up towards the ceiling, clasp your hands behind the right shin or the right thigh, and then press your hands into your thighs. You press your thigh back into your hands, feel your lower abdominals start to engage. Use that engagement as you inhale, lift your chest and your head up and crawl your hands up to your right calf. And clasp your hands. Exhale, see if you can bring your right shin closer to your forehead. Maybe bend your elbows out. Take 2 rounds of breath. Again, keep flexing both feet. Press through the heels. We're getting into the back of the right hamstring. All right, take 1 more inhale. See if you can keep your right leg where it's at. On the exhale, just lower your shoulders and your head back, straighten the arms. Maybe the right leg comes a little bit closer to your chest, to the back of your space. Take 1 round of breath. Breathe into the back line of your right leg. All right, slowly bend the right knee. You're going to take your block that is with you by your side. Take the short edge of the block on top of your right thigh. Bring your elbow onto the other end and have your palm facing in towards the midline. And then you're going to lift the left leg up and your left arm up towards the ceiling. Again, flex both feet. Inhale, plug your low back down. Plug your right elbow, right thigh into the block. Engage the obliques. Exhale, lower the left leg down and the left arm back. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, lower down. 5 more times. Inhale. and exhale 4 more times on your own. Again, keep the low back grounded. You should feel an isometric hold in the right obliques as you move through the left obliques, left abdominals. So we're discovering the both sides of our bodies. I have 2 more to go. One more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower all the way down. Take your time. Once you're down, release the left leg down. Again, flex left foot. Bring your left hand to your hip. Inhale, keep your low back grounded. On the exhale, you're going to open up your right hip. Keep the connection of the block. As you open up, externally rotate the right hip. Keep both hips parallel. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, open up. So we're working on hip rotation and specifically the rotation of the femur bone in the hip socket. Take 1 more round. So it's a really small movement. You may not open up all the way as far as you think. All right, inhale, come to center. Release the block. Hug your right knee in towards your chest. Take 1 round of breath. And then we're going to switch sides, but first just roll up. Switch the block, so the block, or if you're at the wall, you don't have to do anything. But if you're using the block as the wall, just roll up, switch it to the right foot, hug the left knee in towards your chest, lower down, and then clasp your hands around the left shin and start to take circles with your knee. Again, go as wide with your knee as possible without releasing the clasp of your hand. And then use the wall or the block as a reminder to flex the right foot and press through the right heel to engage the back line of the right leg, as if you're standing on your right leg. Okay, switch the direction of the left knee. Okay, and then hold your left knee in towards your chest. Take 3 deep belly breaths. Inhale, let your belly rise into your left thigh. Exhale, see if you can bring your knee closer to your chest. So 2 more rounds of breath like that. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more. All right, now straighten your left leg up towards the ceiling. Clasp your hands behind the left shin and then press your shin into your hands. As you press your hands back into your shin, engage your lower abdominals. Inhale, lift your chest and your head up. Crawl your hands up to your calves. Clasp your hands. Exhale, bring your left shin closer to your forehead. Keep the feet flexed. Bend your elbows out. 2 more rounds of breath. Breathe into the back line of the left leg. All right, inhale, keep your hands where they are. On the exhale, slowly lower your chest and your head down. Straighten the arms and maybe bring your left leg closer to the back of your space. Take 1 more round of breath, deeper stretch for the hamstring. Okay, now bend the left knee. Take that block, short edge to the left thigh, elbow, left elbow on the other end, palm facing in towards the midline. Plug the elbow and the thigh together. Engage the left obliques. Lift your right leg and right arm up towards the ceiling. Inhale, plug your low back down. Flex the feet. Exhale, lower the right foot forward and the right arm back. Inhale, lift. 5 more times. Exhale, lower. Inhale, 4 more on your own. Again, you're maintaining an isometric hold in the left obliques, left side body as you move and engage differently in the right. So we're working again with both sides. Notice the difference. 2 more times for me. All right, inhale, come up. Exhale, lower all the way down. Lower the left foot down. Again, if you have the wall, use it for your right foot. Right hand on top of right thigh. Inhale. Exhale, open up the left hip. Externally rotate the left femur bone. As you open up, keep the hips parallel. Exhale, lift the knee up. Again, your right hip may want to lift as you open up. Keep moving. So you use your right hand as a reminder to keep it grounded. 2 more times. All right, come to center. Release the block. Hug the left knee in towards your chest. Take 1 round of breath. And then hug both knees in towards your chest. Grab for underneath the knees. And then roll back and forth just a few times. Then gain enough momentum. Come up, cross your shins. Plant your hands and come into a tabletop position. Your knees can be on the blanket. Palms underneath the shoulders. Hips over the knees. Come to the tops of your feet. Inhale, cow pose, drop your belly, gaze up. Exhale, cat, dome your spine, gaze inward. Move through about 6 more rounds of cat-cow. Feel free to get creative with the movement. You can circle the hips and the head, whatever feels right to you. Finding that extension and flexion in the spine. All right, start to finish up. When you're done, you'll come to a neutral tabletop. Set yourself up with your props. So you're gonna take that prop at the front of your space, the block, bring it onto a medium height with the long ways facing towards you, and then the other block can be off to the side for now. Tuck your toes, and then exhale into downward facing dog. Lift your hips up. And now you can set the blanket off to the side. Try to stay in down dog. Use one hand, fold it, and then remove it. Okay, and then down dog. 5 more rounds of breath. And plug into your finger pads. And wrap your armpits in. Wrap the outer tricep in to broaden through the upper back. And then bend your knees and see if you can lift your hips up a little bit higher. Hug your navel in. And then maintain that lift as you straighten your legs. Press the backs of the thighs or backs of the knees towards the back of your space. Again, 3 more rounds of breath. Last exhale. Inhale, lift your heels, tilt your pelvis forward, roll into plank pose. Head comes up last. Exhale, bend your knees, lift your hips, back into downward facing dog, then straighten the legs. 3 more times like that. Inhale, lift the heels, tilt the pelvis forward, plank pose, head comes up last. Press into the palms. Exhale, bend the knees, lift the hips, straighten the legs, downward facing dog. 1 more time, like a wave, plank. And then exhale, like a wave, bend the knees, downward facing dog. Great, now inhale, roll to plank pose, head comes up last. Exhale, right knee to chest, crown the head forward. Inhale, straighten the right leg out towards the left side of your space. And then exhale, press your right foot over to the left as much as it can go, but keep the left palm grounded. So we're finding a twist. Again, so your right hip will lower underneath the left, but as you do so, try to twist your left chest, left shoulder back down to parallel with your mat. Take one more round of breath. Inhale, bring your right knee back into your chest. Exhale, step your right foot to your right thumb tip. Drop your back knee, come to the top of the back foot. Inhale, crescent lunge, reach your arms up. Okay, now scissor the inner thighs, parallel the hips, and then imagine you have blocks in between your palms and lift up through the side waist. Take one more inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, tuck your back toes. Inhale, straighten both legs. Crawl your hands over to the right, and then exhale, fold over your right thigh. And you may need to lift your right belly up and over your right thigh. You should feel this stretch in the outer right hip. Try to maintain parallel hips. Keep pressing into the big toe mound of your right foot. All right, inhale, bring your torso center, bend the right knee. Exhale, step your left foot forward, forward fold. Feet hip width distance. Grab your block in between your palms. Inhale, rise up to stand, arms overhead. And bring your right knee up so that it aligns with your right hip. Exhale, stay here. Try to keep your right hip aligned with your left. Flex the right foot. And like your left foot was on the block, plant your foot into the floor. Inhale. Exhale, bring your right or the block to your right thigh, short edge on the block, elbow on the other end. Left hand to your hip. Inhale, lengthen the side waist. Exhale, open up the right hip. Again, externally rotate the right thigh as you wrap your right hip forward. Inhale, come to center like we did on our back. Exhale, open up. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, open. Inhale, come to center. Palm your block. In Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana, reach the block up. Lower the right foot down. Exhale, Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana, forward fold. Plant the block in front of you. Inhale, half lift, palms to shins. Exhale, plant your hands, step your right foot back, low lunge. Inhale, step your right foot back, plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up. Just once, inhale, lift your heels, roll to plank pose. Head comes up last. Exhale, wave back into down dog, bend the knees. Lift the hips, straighten the legs. Inhale, roll to plank pose. Exhale, left knee to chest. Inhale, straighten the left leg out towards the right. And then exhale, as you press your left foot over to the right even more, lower the right chest down to stay parallel with the mat. Take one more round of breath. Squeeze the inner thighs. Twist from the navel. Inhale, left knee to chest. Exhale, step the left foot to your left thumb tip, drop your back knee. Inhale, crescent lunge, rise up. And scissor the inner thighs. Lift through the side waist. Press in the top of the back foot. And like you had blocks in between your palms, extend your fingertips upwards. Inhale. Exhale, plant your hands. Tuck your back toes. Inhale, straighten both legs. Crawl your hands so that your chest comes over the left knee, and then exhale, fold forward. You may need to pick up your left belly as well as it rests on the left thigh. Again, ground into the big toe mound of the left foot. Try to maintain parallel hips. Inhale, bring your torso center, bend the left knee. Exhale, step your right foot forward to a forward fold, feet hip width. Grab your block, inhale, rise up. Left knee this time, parallels with your left hip. Ground down into your right foot. Take one more inhale. Exhale, bring your block to the left thigh. Short edge of the block, elbow on the other end. Right hand to your hip. Inhale, plug the blocks, or plug your elbows and your thigh into the block. Exhale, open up the left hip. Inhale, center. Again, as you externally rotate, open up the hip. Press the left hip forward. Inhale, center, one more time. Exhale, rotate the left femur bone, press the hip forward. Exhale, center. Grab the block, inhale, Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana, lower the left foot down, reach the block up. Exhale, forward fold. Set the block off to the side. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step your left foot back, low lunge. Inhale, step your right foot back, plank pose. This time, drop your knees down and back. On the exhale, bend your elbows back, lower to your belly. Come to the tops of your feet. Inhale, low cobra pose. Lift your chest and your head up. Hug your elbows in, and then flex your fingertips towards your face and lift the palms up. Take one more inhale, press into the tops of your feet, lift a little higher. Exhale, plant your hands, tuck your toes, downward facing dog, or you can move through a child's pose. Once you're in down dog, 3 rounds of breath. All right, we're gonna flow through each side, breath to movement, slightly different at the end. Just once, inhale, wave into high plank. Exhale, bend the knees, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll to plank pose. Exhale, right knee to chest, scoop the navel. Inhale, straighten the right leg out to the side. Exhale, stay here, twist from the navel, parallel the shoulders to the mat. Inhale, right knee to chest. Exhale, step your right foot to your right thumb tip, drop your back knee. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, plant your hands, tuck your back toes. Inhale, straighten both legs, flat back, crawl to the right, and exhale, fold over for a wide pyramid. Inhale, bend the front knee, bring your torso center. Exhale, step the left foot to the front of the space, feet hip width distance, grab your block. Inhale, rise up, right knee to chest. Exhale, right edge, small edge of the block to the right thigh, elbow on the other end. Inhale, stay here, plug into the block. Exhale, open up the right hip, press the right hip forward. Inhale, center, one more time. Exhale, externally rotate the right thigh. And exhale, center. Grab the block. Inhale, Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step the right foot back, low lunge. Inhale, step the left foot back, plank pose. Exhale, lower to your belly through chaturanga arms. Bend your elbows back. Come to the tops of your feet. Inhale, cobra of any size. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up. One time inhale, roll to plank. Exhale, back into down dog, lead from the hips. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, left knee to chest. Inhale, straighten the left leg out to the side. Exhale, stay here, twist from the navel, plug into your right palm. Inhale, left knee to chest. Exhale, step your left foot to your left thumb tip, drop your back knee. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, plant your hands, tuck your back toes. Inhale, straighten both legs, crawl your hands to the left, and exhale, fold over. Inhale, bend the left knee, come to center. Exhale, step your right foot to the front. Feet hip width distance, grab your block. Inhale, rise up, left knee into chest. Exhale, short edge of the block on left thigh, elbow on the other end. Inhale, plug into the block. Exhale, open up the left hip. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, open one more time. Inhale, center, grab the block, Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step your left foot back, low lunge. Inhale, step your right foot back, plank. Exhale, this time, Chaturanga, halfway plank. Elbows back, chest forward. Inhale, up dog. And exhale back, downward facing dog. All right, inhale, gaze forward, hop or step your way into a forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up, Utthita Hasta. And exhale, Tadasana, arms to the sides. Great, so set yourself up for Sunday practice. You can set the blocks off to the side, feet hip width or feet together, big toes together. We'll take 3 rounds of Sunday. First round together, inhale, Utthita Hasta, reach your arms up. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold forward. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, plank pose. Inhale, inch forward. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back. Downward facing dog, 3 rounds of breath. Stay active. Last exhale. Inhale, bend your knees, gaze forward. Hop or step to the top. Find a half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, Utthita Hasta. And exhale, Tadasana, arms to the sides. 2 more rounds on your own. Last round. We're coming on to your last round. If you finish early, we will eventually meet at the top of the space in Tadasana, but you can meet in a forward fold or a Malasana squat. And take your time getting there. Start to make your way up to Tadasana. Okay, once you're there, set your blocks up at the top of your space on the highest height. So where your hands would be for supported warrior 3. And then once you have that, bring your feet hip width or a little bit outer hip width distance, so a little bit wider than hip width. Right, and then you're gonna step about 2 feet away from the top of your mat. Being very specific, but it is just for the measurement. Okay. On the inhale, sit your hips back, bend your knees, coming into a squat or a pseudo chair pose, but punch your fists down, keep your chest lifted. So inhale. Exhale, you're gonna press through the left foot, reach the arms up, and straighten the right leg in front of you. Lift the right foot up. Inhale, squat down. Punch the fists down, chest up. Exhale, left foot this time forward, straighten the left leg. Inhale, punch down, squat. Exhale, lift. Inhale. Exhale, lift. 3 more times on each side. Press through the heel as you lift up. And then engage your navel as you straighten the left leg forward. This is inspired by some of my aerobics workout videos. 1 more time on each side, right foot up. And then again, chest forward, left foot up. This time, squat down. Exhale, lift the right foot up. Inhale, hinge forward, supported warrior 3 pose. So your blocks are there, set yourself up, shoulders over wrists, flex the right foot, lower the right hip down, chest forward, hug the navel in. Take 1 more inhale. Exhale, low lunge, step your right foot all the way back, and then lower your blocks to the medium height. Grab your blocks. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge, high lunge with the blocks. You're now connect the blocks overhead. Plug them together. Feel the engagement in the deltoids and the shoulders. Lift the back thigh bone up. Hug the navel in. Inhale. Exhale, open up, warrior 2. Tee out the arms. Press into the pinky edge of the back foot. Bend a little deeper in the front knee. Keep the blocks parallel. And keep reaching out to engage the arms. Engage the shoulders. Inhale. Toes out, heels in. Reach your arms up. We're going to call this star pose. Press your hips forward. On the exhale, blocks at heart center, hinge from your hips, parallel the feet, wide leg forward fold. You can set the blocks off to the side for now, have them in reach, and we'll stay here for a few rounds of breath. You can grab for the pinky edges of your feet, your ankles or shins. Use your bicep strength to lower your head down. And then bring the weight into the balls of your feet, but keep your heels grounded and see if you can lift your hips up a little bit higher and even find a slight internal rotation of the thighs to encourage that lift. All right, inhale, rise back up, bring your hands to the blocks on the medium height. Exhale, crawl forward, low lunge, frame your front foot. Set the blocks up on the highest height at the front of your space. Exhale, step the left foot back, plank pose. Inhale, hold plank, hug your navel in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step your right foot forward, low lunge. Exhale, step your left foot forward. Forward fold, feet outer hip width distance. Inhale, rise up, Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. Exhale, Tadasana. Arms to the sides. Inhale, sit back, punch your fists down. Exhale, lift the left leg up, hug your navel in. Inhale, lower the left foot, squat, chest forward. Exhale, right. 2 more times. Inhale, left. Inhale, right, hug the navel in. Last time, inhale, left. Inhale, right. All right, inhale, squat. Exhale, left foot, hug the navel in. Inhale, supported warrior 3 pose. Palms to blocks, shoulders over wrists, chest forward. Flex the left foot, lower the left hip down slightly. Inhale. Exhale, step all the way back, low lunge, lower the blocks, medium height, grab them, inhale, crescent lunge, high lunge, to be exact. Lift the back thigh bone up, press the blocks together, try to not grip the blocks, but plug them in. Inhale. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Bend in the front knee, press into the pinky edge of the back foot. Reach the blocks apart, but keep the blocks level with your shoulders. If you have cork blocks, this is a little more difficult. Now inhale, you're going to straighten the front leg. Toes out, heels in, star pose, reach the blocks up. Exhale, parallel the feet. Prasarita Padangusthasana. Set the blocks off to the side, forward fold. All right, you can stay here, do what you did on the other side. You can find a chest expansion even. And then if you want, find your way upside down. You can come into a tripod headstand or even hiking up into handstand. Okay, if you're upside down, make your way down. Inhale, half lift, palms to the blocks on the medium height. Exhale, crawl forward, low lunge. Set your blocks up on the highest height in front of you. Plant your hands. Inhale, step right foot back. Plank, exhale, hold. Inhale, lift your hips up. And exhale, down dog. Inhale, step your left foot forward, low lunge. Exhale, right foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, Utthita Hasta. Exhale, Tadasana, arms to the sides. Okay. I am sweating a lot. All right, so option in the next moment, we're gonna move through each side, breath to movement. You can either move with the blocks, so have the blocks set, or set them off to the side and move freely without the props. And I like to do this after I use them because it kind of illustrates the strengthening you did using them, and then while you don't use them, there's a little bit more freedom in the movement, you feel a little bit lighter, so you can flow a little bit more dancery or whatever adjective you want to use. So your option, feet again, outer hip width distance. Inhale, sit back, punch the fist down, chest up. Exhale, lift your right leg up, plug into your left foot. Inhale, squat. Exhale, arms up, left leg up, hug the navel in. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale, left leg lifts. Inhale, squat, weight into the heels. Exhale, right leg up. Inhale, warrior three pose. Keep your arms overhead. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, high lunge, arms up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, star, toes out, heels in. Exhale, Prasarita Padangusthasana. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, crawl forward, low lunge. Inhale, step left foot back, plank. Exhale, chaturanga this time. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg forward, low lunge. Exhale, step your left foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, Utthita Hasta. Exhale, Tadasana, arms to the sides, feet outer hip width distance. Inhale, punch down, squat. Exhale, left leg lifts. Inhale, squat, heels, weight in the heels. Exhale, right leg. One more time, inhale, with force, with energy. And right leg lifts, inhale, or exhale, inhale, lower. This time, exhale, left leg forward. Inhale, warrior three, hinge forward. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, high lunge, rise up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, toes out, heels in, star. Exhale, Prasarita Padangusthasana. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, crawl forward, low lunge. Inhale, step the right foot back, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Move through your vinyasa or meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg forward, low lunge. Exhale, right foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, Urdhva. Exhale, Tadasana, arms to the sides. Great work. Okay, so now have your strap in reach. You should have that small loop in the strap if you don't have it. I'm going to face you now. So you're in a forward fold. Take the strap and bring your right foot through the strap and have the strap resting on the ball of your right foot. And then you're gonna grip the strap on the other end. Great. Bring your left hand to your hip. Inhale, rise up. Bring your right knee up towards your chest. Have your arm inside the right leg. We're coming into Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana A. Notice if your right hip has lift. See if you can lower the right hip. And then notice if your right shoulder is forward. See if you can roll the right shoulder back, broaden through the chest. Inhale, straighten the right leg forward. And you have the strap to encourage you to straighten the right leg fully. You have more length or more space with the strap. Press through the right heel. And keep the hips level. Gaze is forward. Inhale. Exhale, open up the right hip. Find that external rotation in the right hip as you press your right hip forward, like we've been doing throughout class with the block. And then extend your left hand over towards the left side of your space. Keep plugging into the left foot. Shoulders back, chest forward. Press through the right heel. Inhale, come to center, take your time. And then exhale, bend the knee, figure four, release the strap. Right ankle on top of left thigh, hands at heart center. Stay here. You can fold over, get a deeper stretch, bring your hands to your calves or your left ankle. You can even rest your forearms on your right shin. Wherever you are, again, notice if the right hip has lowered than the left. See if you can lift the right hip up as you find that external rotation in the right femur bone. Inhale, lift up slightly. Exhale, slide the right shin down the left thigh, cross leg forward fold on the exhale. So left knee is behind the right knee. Bend slightly in the right knee, but try to keep your left hip taut, or left leg taut. And you should feel a nice stretch in the outer left hip and thigh. You can even crawl your hands over to the left to get a little bit deeper. Release the head. All right, come to center. Inhale, half lift. Slowly just release the crossing. Feet are parallel. Set your strap over your left foot this time. Again, strap comes to the ball of the left foot. You can clasp the other end with your left hand. Right hand to your hip. Inhale, rise up to stand. Left knee up and towards your armpit. Left arm inside the left leg. Again, first notice if the left hip is lifted higher than the right. Start to lower it down. Hug your navel in. Roll the left shoulder back. And then inhale, straighten the left leg forward. Flex the left foot. Press through the left heel. Again, level the hips. Roll the left shoulder back. Broad through the chest. The strap is used for a little more space. All right, inhale. Exhale, open up the left hip. Externally rotate the left thigh as you wrap the left hip forward. Reach your right arm out towards the ceiling, or towards the right side of your space. Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana B. Few rounds of breath. Stay broad in the chest. All right, inhale, come back to center. Exhale, figure four, left ankle, right thigh. Release the strap. Hands at heart center. Sit the hips back, or any other option that you took on the other side. Again, forearms to shins, hands clasped around the right shin or right ankle. Wherever you are, keep the left hip lifted as you externally rotate the left femur bone in the hip socket. Flex the left foot. All right, slowly lift up, inhale. Cross leg forward, fold on the exhale. Left knee in front of the right, fold forward. Bend the left knee slightly, keep the right leg taut. Maybe crawl your hands over to the left, and you should feel a nice stretch in the outer right hip and thigh. Heavy the head. Come to center, inhale, half lift. Undo the crossing. Exhale, fold forward. Set the strap off to the side. Inhale, rise up, Utthita Hasta. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, move through one last vinyasa or meet in a downward facing dog. Drop to your knees. All right, so I want to give you the option to take an inversion practice of your choice. I would recommend a headstand practice and maybe finding the Urdhva or Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana shape while upside down. And again, controlling your navel, keeping those hips level, and finding that rotation from specifically the rotation of your femur bone in the hip socket. So wherever you are, inversion practice of your choice, you can take legs up the wall pose as an inversion as well. About 3 minutes. I'm going to do headstand in the Utthita Hasta shape. Sorry if my butt is showing right now. All right, so if you're upside down, actively flex or point your toes. And then first, I'm going to bring my right knee in towards my chest. So bend the right knee. Find that, flex the foot actually, like you're planting it. And then find that external rotation in the hip bone. Press the right hip forward. Maybe straighten the right leg out towards the side. All right. Come back, try it on the left side. Ooh. You can stay up if you're there. Switch sides if you haven't done so already. I like to release into a child's pose. So if you're finished being upside down, come into a child's pose. All right. About half a minute left. All right, make your way down. And once you get down, take your time, but we will meet on our backs. And you can come down in a more engaged way, again, rolling down, legs forward or just lower on down. And once you are down, make sure you do have a block in reach. And then you're going to set yourself up for a bridge pose. So heels towards the glutes, arms by the sides on the inhale. Press into your heels, lift your hips up, and then start to shimmy your shoulders underneath you. Clasp your hands under your sacrum and press your forearms down. Take one more round of breath here. Ground down into the heels, lift the hips up, engage the thighs. Great. Now you're going to ground down into the left foot. Inhale, extend the right leg up towards the ceiling. Try to keep your hips level. Exhale, right ankle on top of left thigh, figure four. Again, notice if the right hip is lower. Keep the right hip lifted as you find that external rotation of the right hip. Take one more inhale. Keep pressing the hips up. Ground down into the left heel. And then exhale, lift the right leg up. And then slowly lower down. Keep the right leg lifted. Pelvis lowers last. Tilt the tailbone in, and then neutralize the tailbone. Again, flex the right foot. Release the clasp of your hands if you haven't done so already. And then on the exhale, slowly lower the right foot down. Straighten the right leg. Press through the right heel. All right, once it's down, bend the right knee. Heels towards glutes. Inhale, bridge pose, lift the hips up, shimmy the shoulders underneath you, maybe opposite clasp of the hands underneath your sacrum. Okay, this time really ground into the right heel, lift the left leg up, keep the left hip lifted, parallel with the right. Exhale, left ankle, right thigh, lower the left knee towards the floor. Again, notice if the left hip wants to sink, lift the left hip up as you rotate the left femur bone in the hip socket. Keep on saying that. Flex the left foot. Plug into the right heel. Inhale, lift the left foot up, flex the foot. Exhale, slowly lower down. Vertebrae of vertebrae. Tailbone lowers last. Flex the left foot, inhale. And then on the count of 5, lower the left foot forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the left knee. Feet to the edges of the mat. And then tee out your arms and start to windshield wiper your knees back and forth. Heavy the knees to the left, heavy the knees to the right. And the next time the knees fall to the left, keep them there. Stack the left ankle on top of the right knee. And then maybe gaze to the right. Close your eyes, let the weight of the left ankle heavy the right knee down. And you should feel a little stretch in the outer right hip, hip flexors, all that good stuff. Keep the ankle to knee connection. Lift your knees up and then eagle wrap your left thigh over the right and then drop your knees over to the right. You're going to take that block and bring it underneath the left knee for a little support so that both shoulders can stay grounded. Then gaze over to the left and twist from the navel. Close your eyes and then release into the twist. Release any tension in your face, in the shoulders, in your hips. Now lift your knees up. Undo the crossing. Bring your knees to or feet to the edges of the mat. Windshield wiper the knees back and forth. And the next time the knees fall to the right, keep them there. Stack the right ankle on top of the left knee. And then gaze to the left. Let the weight of the right ankle heavy the left knee down. You should feel a little lengthening in the left hip flexors, left outer hip. And then lift your knees up, eagle wrap, right thigh over the left, and then drop your knees to the left. Bring your left knee on, or right knee on top of the block. So switch the block to the other side if you haven't done so. And then gaze to the right. Twist from the navel. Close your eyes and then release into the twist. Release any tension in the abdominals and the shoulders. And let gravity take this twist. All right, and then lift your knees up, undo the crossing. And I'll give you a minute to take any final pose you'd like. That could be a happy baby pose, a Supta Padangusthasana. And wherever you are, close your eyes and just release into that pose. Feel free to make your way into Shavasana if you're ready. And if you're not already there, make your way into final rest, final Shavasana. Straighten the legs, arms by the sides. Utilize any props for the pose. You can bring a blanket or blocks underneath your knees. Rest block on top of your pelvis for a little extra weight and grounding. Or just remove any props that are in the way and make sure you make yourself comfortable. And I'm going to leave you in Shavasana, and please feel free to stay as long as you'd like. Let the body just soak up all that goodness, all that yoga. Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. I really miss practicing with you all, but hopefully we'll be doing it sometime soon in person. So namaste. Thank you.